This video is a tutorial for straddle pressing in yoga, or I guess in gymnastics. I'm not a gymnast, I'm more of a yogi myself. So let's get started. A few preliminary things that you want to make sure you have before you practice the straddle press are open hamstrings. Make sure your hamstrings are nice and warm and you have that flexibility. Another thing is that you want to make sure that you have a good, solid handstand, at least 30 seconds of just holding a healthy, good form handstand. A lot of times when people start pressing, they press and they don't necessarily have a strong handstand to begin with, so they're pressing into basically nothing. So make sure you have a solid handstand as that foundation. So a few things to work on. Another thing is hopefully you've already mastered or gotten the hang of your puppy press. So what we're going to start with are straddle walks. So you start at the back of your mat, if you can see me. Start at the back of your mat. First, with the straddle press, starting with your hands and your feet in the right position will help with that press. So you want to make sure that your hands or your feet aren't too close together and your hands aren't too far apart, because that's going to make things more difficult. You also want to make sure that your hands are right in line with your shoulders, or whatever's most comfortable for you. Sometimes I'm a little bit more out, sometimes I'm never a little bit more in. That's harder. So the right form should be about, you got your hands here, and then your feet should just be right behind your hands, to the side of your hands a little bit. I'll try to, so kind of like this. My hands are just above my shoulders, and then my feet are just slightly wider than my hands. So now what you're going to do, if you want to get your straddle press, one of the things you have to do is develop that strength and the flexibility in your hamstrings. So a good drill to do is to do straddle walks. So what I'm doing is I'm stretching, I'm folding forward, and then I'm leaning into my hands, and I'm trying to get my feet to go out. I just want my feet to get up to my hands, and that's about it. So what I'm doing is as I'm folding forward, I start to lean and push up, and as I'm pushing away from the ground, my toes start to come up, and I start to lean forward more. So I'm pushing on the ground, pushing away, leaning forward, and my toes are coming up. I'm not necessarily actively getting onto my toes. I'm kind of just letting my body weight do all the movement. So I'm stretching. As I'm leaning, my hips are starting to stack. They're starting to stack above my shoulders. And then my toes just naturally go up on the tips. And then you want to pop forward. So do that. Walk across your mat, doing these drills. Leaning forward, getting you to the tips of your toes. It's probably not a really pretty shot. Sorry. I'll go this way. Leaning forward, letting your body, your hips, and your body weight bring the rest of your body forward. So a lot of it is the strength. Another big factor or part of it is your core, your lower abs especially, and your lower back. When I'm here, I need to engage, like right here. So when I'm starting to really engage my core to pull my legs forward. So engage and pull forward. Engage and pull forward. Okay, now since we're yogis here. My hair's really red right now. Cool. So, since we're yogis, we also have to be mindful of our breath. So, we breathe in, breathe out. That makes it so much easier. I wasn't doing that before and I was really having a hard time. But as you breathe in and breathe out. So that is a straddle walk drill that will help